Hello everyone, my name is Autumn. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you've been before. So many different people watch my channel because I have my main channel is actually my art channel. I'm a mixed media artist and art journaler. So I have a lot of lovely people who come over from there. So extra thank you for being here and extra welcome to that group of people. Uh, I just usually just put the microphone on and start chatting. So who knows what I'm going to chat about today? Well, one thing I did was I posted early this morning on my Autumn Nietzsche where I do these diaries, and I just did a very quick post about doing what calms our brains. As some of you know, I have an ADHD brain, a spicy brain, and there's a lot of people now who are neurodivergent and finding out. I didn't find out until my 50s that that's what it was, and oh my goodness, it explained a lot. But one of the things we do, and this is not just for ADHD, this is not an ADHD video, this is for anybody. We tend to get very fixated, or maybe fixated is not the word, but we tend to get very attached. That's the word. We tend to get very attached to our personalities. And when people say things like, oh, I can't do that because that's just not me, or things like, okay, so what am I talking about? Things like doing things neatly or doing things messily. It's like, no, I'm a messy artist, and that's that. We get very stuck with that. This is how I do things, and this is therefore who I am. And that's a normal thing to do. I mean, how else do we know who we are? How else do we know our identity, but other than the things that we choose and how we behave in the world and what we're attracted to and what we are most likely to do or not do? However, I've also found in my short time on this planet that sometimes these are they're always stories. They are always stories that we tell ourselves, and sometimes they're good stories and useful stories, and sometimes not so good. And one of the things that can be a block in thinking this is how I am, this is how I do things, is that you're not always necessarily giving your brain, your heart, your soul, your spirit, your body what it actually needs rather than what you want. And I don't even think of that as a binary need and want, because sometimes need and want is very mixed up together. Like if your brain tends to just enjoy and work better with messy work that you don't have to think about precision and accuracy or slowness, then that is partly a want and partly a need as well. However, wanting that, because I am predominantly a messy artist, and I think probably every ADHD person is messy, and we just don't have the patience and focus to want to do anything precisely. So things like really complicated stitches, I have learned them for binding journals, but it's not something I want to do. So I can do it, but want to do it? Oh, no, thank you. It's not my favorite. So I express my full ADHD-ness in my art. It's messy, it's spontaneous, it's fast, usually fast, not always, but it's generally fast. It's just really, really, really super fun. When it comes to my diaries, and a lot of people who followed me in my art practice are often a little surprised at that I do these diaries because they seem so different to my art, more considered, less messy, and just so different to me. However, my diaries, my planners, they achieve something different for me, something different for my brain. Whereas my messy art is my self expression. This has partly a more functional purpose, such as planning, although I'm not too much of a planner, but as much as I'm able to, and memory keeping. And I started doing this because these are bought journals. So bought journals give me the opportunity that messy handmade journals, which are my absolute favorite to do, they give me something else because bought journals sort of slow me down. They just put me in a different mindset. I feel less like being messy in them. Not because I think they need to be perfect. It's just a vibe. It's hard to articulate, but it's just a vibe. There's just something about their containment, their smooth edges, their clean edges. It just brings that part out of me. And this can be something that's difficult for me to do. Well, actually, it's incredibly difficult for me to do, to slow down, to take my time. But this is what diaries do for me. They are my peace place. My art is my self-expression and my joy. I mean, this is joyful as well, but it's less, I don't think of it as joyful. It's more, it's beauty, creating beauty in the world in different ways. And this is calming to me. Choosing a sticker, it just seems like nothing, I'm sure, to people watching this. Oh, you're putting a sticker down, you're doing some writing. But both the aesthetic of laying things out as well as writing down your thoughts. So I have messy ones. I have brain dumps sort of writing, but writing down your thoughts in a measured way, as in this astro journals. Here I think about the day in a more soulful way. I have my daily journals where I just write the events, just quick memory keeping. So I have lots of different journals, but they all require one similar thing. They all require me to slow down my thoughts, which is very different to my art, which is not about thinking, it's about feeling and expressing. But all of these, whether it's forward thinking, like planning, or reflective, memory keeping, it's all requires a cerebral part of my brain rather than the messy arty part. So that slowing down, even though it's something I'm not very good at, it's something that I need. And sometimes when we get stuck on what our personality is and what we will and won't do, and we're almost proud of it. Oh, yeah, I can't do neat. Or no, I refuse to do messy. Sometimes we need that. If you're a planner that is super, super, super neat in your diaries, maybe having a little secret brain dump journal would be amazing for your brain. Or if you're able to get into art and be messy, that would be even super better because of the color and the textures of paint and all that sort of stuff. But if nothing else, just a secret little, and by secret, I mean it's not social media worthy. You just have it for yourself, but you just go nuts, or a glue book or a smash book, something you can really let loose, will be really, really beneficial. Uh, it creates different synapses and neural connections in our brains, and it does something else for us. This, for me, as a messy artist, brings me so much peace, so much calm. It gives my brain time to really process memories and as well as think ahead of what I need to do. This cannot be done rushed in the way that I've chosen to do it. And that gives me so much calm, so much necessary calm. So I could have got stuck on the personality trait of, no, I'm a messy artist. I just don't do this. And just be missing out on a lot of this amazing inner peace and calm and tranquility and equilibrium and processing. Oh, brain processing is just so crucial for anyone with busy brain. And as I said, if you're a very, very measured and controlled and neat journaler, then having a brain dump will bring out the creativity in you. I mean creativity in the broader sense in all parts of your life. So that's me, my little chat this morning, and my stream of consciousness. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate everyone who pops in and says hi, and especially those who comment. Please say hi below, send me a like and subscribe, and there we go. This one is done. All the greens. I was ill that day. I think that's why I chose green. But it's a lovely, lovely spread in the end. Bye.